congratulations to everyone that woke up and didn't pick up today. For me, the record of staying clean is 24 hours. That's all we could do. So let's all make that record by the end of the day today, right? So for some identification purposes, drug addict 20 years, methadone for 12 years, 120 milligrams, successfully detox on November 3rd of 2022. That's right. Both my parents died of AIDS from heroin use, two grandmothers alcoholism, grandfather heroin, and uncle heroin. So you could say I got into the family business, right? My perspective equals my potential, right? So my mother passing away while I was in treatment, my plan B was removed out of life. My mother enabled me. She understood the addiction. I was able to manipulate her love for my father by making her do what I needed her to do for me, right? When she was removed, my plan B was removed. So it's either now plan A or nothing. When there's a plan B in recovery, if you got your mind somewhere else and it ain't all in one basket, unless you're, you know what I'm saying, maybe you could do it, I couldn't do it, right? Yeah. So I think we look at ourselves as victims, right? Because of our circumstances and environment, right? I grew up in a home of drugs, right? So I looked at myself as a victim, right? Why do we look at ourselves as victims and not survivors? Each and every one of us here, look at your past before you got here. You survived a lot of shit to get here, didn't you? So we're not victims. Just because we're survivors, we should look at ourselves as victors, right? My addiction taught me how to be successful in recovery. Living in hell showed me the path to heaven. Perspective equals our potential, right? So I moved a lot. I'm from New York City. You guys can probably hear the accent, right? Yeah. So I would move my location a lot. But my addiction would always follow because we never get ahead of our addiction, right? It's never going to fall behind. It's always parallel. So now that I know he's always parallel, how could I use him like he used me? Because you know what? He's going to hate me as much as he thought I loved him when I was doing my active addiction, right? So some of the things he taught me was I would never change the company I would keep when I moved my locations. I'm not talking about people. Complaining and confusion were my two best friends, no matter where I went. So if you're in treatment right now and you're complaining about the services and it's not going to work for you, you know what I'm saying, then you're going to get real confused by it, right? And then what that led after that, guess who my advisor became? My doubt. You don't have to outwork anybody in life. All you got to do is outwork your self-doubt. That's all you got. Nobody's taking anything you want. No one's your competition. If you do see people as competition, they're not going to be able to help you. Sunday, a league of connections is the opposite of addiction. Because I thought people were my competition, I would never ask for help. I would never go to you to help me. I would never let you see my flaws. Our flaws do not depreciate our value. Our flaws give us value. Perfection is an illusion. Our addiction makes us think that we can strive for. I'm going to show you how perfection has a set value, right? There's a penny, a 1922 penny with a flaw in it, worth thousands of dollars. Tell me how much a penny is that's made to perfection from the mint.
Penny.
It's worth a penny. And it's made to perfection. We're not meant for perfection. We're meant to have the flaws. It's okay to have flaws. We will always be striving to get better, right? Life is a journey. It's not a destination. I'll tell you the one destination we all share, and that's death. We will never be more comfortable than in death. There will be no stress. There will be no bills. There won't be no crazy ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, no nothing, right? So if death is the most comfortable, what's the opposite of death?
Life.
So if death is the most comfortable, what's the opposite of comfortability?
Uncomfortability.
So we have to get uncomfortable, right? So complaining and confusion were my two best friends. Doubt was my advisor. Misery was my motivation. That's what motivated me, was my misery. But let's talk about motivation for a second, right? Motivation to me is a feeling. So therefore, actions have to be taken because it goes thoughts, actions, feelings, right? Actions have to be taken. So for me, my motivation starts with self-discipline. Self-discipline leads to good habits. Good habits leads to consistency. Consistency leads to progress. And the only thing, in my opinion, that brings happiness is progress. Happiness and then motivation. No wonder I never woke up motivated to get my life together. Because I was never doing the things I needed to do, right? And then ego became my illusion. The drugs allowed me to have an ego to make me think I'm doing better than I'm actually doing.
Wow.
And then who's ego's best friend? Pride. The pride came in, I would not ask anybody for help, right? So pride before destruction in the Bible, right? But it also says honor before humility. I'm not proud of myself today. I am honored to know this version of myself today. Wow. Honored, right? I honor my past. I don't want to change my past. If you do want to change the past, tomorrow, today becomes the past. You make today better, you start making your past better. The past, there's so much value in it. That's my greatest teacher. You don't need to be taught how to do recovery. Look at the old you. Showed you every step, thought, action, person in your life that prevented you from having success. The old you is your greatest teacher. The today you should be your cheerleader. I'm my own cheerleader today. I'm the one rooting me on today. Because at the end of the day, they say no one's coming. You want to know why no one's coming? Because God's already with you. You don't need nobody to come and get you. And then the tomorrow me is my hero. That's who I'm striving to become. Problem solve today for future opportunities. Right? Attract your opportunities. Don't chase them. What did we chase during our active addiction? Where did that get us?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. That's why God wants us to be patient. He wants us to be kind. He was patient and kind. The way I speak today is because I was a master manipulator. Ow! I used my gift for the wrong thing, and he was patient and he was kind with me for me to learn how to use this properly. I was the type of addict that'll steal your money, help you look for it, then use your money and make it look like I'm splitting my money with you to get good favors with you, so when I don't have my money, you're going to buy me something. That's the person I was. We've all been forgiven. That's what Jesus did for us, didn't he?
Come on now.
We've all been forgiven. So if you can't forgive yourself, why not though? It's so easy to forgive somebody else that did something bad to you, right? But it's hard for us to forgive ourselves. Why? Because we're living in the past, right? Reference, not resonance. If you live in your past, it's like a dog chasing its tail. You're going to bite yourself in your ass, and history's going to keep repeating itself.
Yeah.
And I'm going to end with this. My addiction has taught me, like I said, how to live a good life in recovery. My addiction taught me patience. Anybody call their drug dealer and been told 15 minutes? Did that dude come or girl come in 15 minutes? No, but we were patient. Why were we patient? Why were we patient? Because we wanted the product, right? So if getting high is the answer, then what's the question? What's the question if getting high is continuously the answer for us? The question is how you want to ruin your life, how you want to lose your loved ones. But yet then we question the true answer of recovery. Why? Recovery has a track record. Look around you. You know what I'm saying? You have to buy into this. Chief mentioned Amazon, right? Amazon, you buy the product first, right? You don't get to try on the clothes. You don't get to see electronics work. But you buy it. Why? Because they have the track record of delivering, don't they?
Right.
Recovery has the track record of delivering. You have to buy into this. Until you honestly buy into this with your whole heart. Listen, I get it. We've done some bad things, and so do I. But until you can get past that moment, you know what I'm saying? On the other side of fear is greatness. We're survivors. And I'm going to end with this because I do a lot of fentanyl speaking, right? And this is what I really want you guys to hear this. So 2 milligrams is a lethal dose, right? But not for us. We got the tolerance, right? So then I think, like, how come these 14-year-old kids are dying? I think it's the leading rate of kids 14 and younger are dying. Why are they dying? And how come we're the ones that are still here? You want to know why? Because we're not forsaken, we're chosen. We're the only ones that can speak to these kids the way these kids need to be spoken to. You know what I'm saying? The suits and all that kind of stuff. So everybody here, your story lies in what you overcome. Stop making your story the things you've done. Facts and truth are two different things. Facts. Somebody tell me the time right now on your phone. Anybody?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. You can prove that with evidence, right? Will that be a fact a minute from now? No, it will not. Facts change. So the fact I was homeless and ate out of garbage cans and robbed from people, all of those are facts. But they're not facts today. What facts are you making your truth? Because there's one and only truth that I know, and I'm going to end with this, is that we do recover.